Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, December the 22nd, and it is rather late in the morning. I'm not sure. I think it's about 10:30 maybe. Grandma and I have only been up about 45 minutes, and we both had coffee and juice, and now I'm going to make us some breakfast, but because it's 10:30 in the morning, I'm going to call it brunch, and we're just going to deal with it. So I got this box of pancake mix, I think in my last food bank, and this is a huge box. And I want to make some waffles this morning, and I also want to make some waffles to go into the freezer that I can just pull out, like I do the French toast when I make the French toast, and pull it out and have waffles. This is a very big box, and even though it appealed to me greatly when I picked it out, I think that what I maybe should have done is leave this for a bigger family, and I wish now that I had done that. Number one, a big family with 3, 4, 5 kids would just love this, be able to eat it up and, do their thing. But now my little tiny family of 3 has it, and it's a lot. So if I had to go back and do it again, this size box is too big for my family, and I can't undo that now. So what I need to do now is make sure that we use it all, that none of it goes to waste, and learn from the fact that this size is too big, at least in terms of pancake and waffle mix for my family, and next time pass on it and let a larger family enjoy it. So that was kind of my bad. And when I'm looking at it, I feel a little pang of regret. But like I said, nothing can be done about it now. So let's go ahead and make some waffles. Now this direction only has 2 direction sizes. One for 84 waffles, and one for 42 waffles. And I do not need 42 or 84 waffles, nor do I have anywhere near that kind of room to freeze that many. So I have a pancake mix that was already on my shelves. Again, this was not my best choice on this waffle mix. I wish I had done differently. So I'm just going to follow the directions on my pancake mix as far as, dry mix, milk, oil, and egg, and whip up some waffles and see what we come up with. And then I'm going to probably put this into freezer bags and throw it in the freezer, because I think that it's going to be a long time before I can go through all of that. So let's go ahead and get it done. So it says 1 cup of dry mix, 3/4 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of oil, and 1 egg. Oh, and it's in Spanish. I could learn to speak Spanish here. De mezcla. Is that water? Is that milk? No, that's the mix. De mezcla. De leche, de aceite, 1 huevo. 1 huevo. I pulled out 5 eggs today. Okay, let me get this mixed up. I'm going to make the waffles, and then I'll just show you Grandma's plate when I serve it, and then I'll show you how many waffles I'm able to put in the freezer later in the day. Let's do it. Let's do it. I was going to say girls, but maybe some of you are guys too. That would be lovely. You can come in and join on our little hen party if you want. We will welcome you with open arms. But we are silly girls. Oh, and I have to comment. I was reading all of the comments on the last 3 videos that I did, and you guys are cracking me up. Hold on. So many of you comment about my second pair of glasses, because a lot of times you'll watch me and they'll be right up here on my head. And you girls and you guys say things like, if you've lost your glasses, they're on your head. When you take off your hat, don't lose your glasses. Do you know where your second pair of glasses are? Yeah, so here's the deal. Some years ago, I have not a real estate license. I have an insurance license, and I used to deal with insurance, and I was able to work at home. And when I was working on the computer, I need these glasses, the ones with the little blue and brown, because the computer's right in front of me, and that's what I need to be able to see and work. These glasses are for everything else. Sitting down, watching TV, driving, you know, whatever. But a lot of times I am in between two tasks, and so I keep whatever pair I'm not using tucked into the top of my head, just like that. Now, you would think that that would solve my where are my glasses problems. It doesn't. Every day, somewhere along the way, I will switch glasses and put my glasses that I'm not using down somewhere, and then when I want them, I cannot find them. The colorful language, oh, it just swirls and swirls like little black clouds of ugliness, right? Sometimes I search for a long time, and then I go like this, and I realize they've been on my head the whole time. So I love those comments. You guys just crack me up, because that is exactly what you're seeing is exactly real. I have two pairs of glasses. I can't keep track of either pair. I lose them all the time, and you know, we don't know. So my goal this year is to get to the eye doctor and get a pair of bifocals. While I do still have my insurance license, I cannot work at home any longer because the level of work that I did required no disruptions whatsoever in my workday when I'm dealing with clients over the phone and dealing with insurance policies and all of that. I cannot leave a client on the phone and go take care of, you know, things as they arise. And they arise all day long, which is okay. So anyway, enough of that. You guys were cracking me up though. Girl, do you know where your glasses are? No. Okay, there they are. Let's make these waffles. I'll make the waffles, and we'll go ahead and get them done. Well, okay, I have my last waffle in the waffle iron. I have cleaned up my mess down here. This is what's going to go in the freezer. And you can see that it wasn't that much work this morning. But my future self is going to reap the benefits of that, because I can just pop these in the toaster oven for a minute or two, and Grandma can have some little waffle wedges on any morning that she wants. So can I, so can Addie, although Addie's not a big waffle eater. So there we go. Actually, I'm going to take the lid off of these, let these completely cool so they don't get overly soft, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer. All right, so my last waffle's in there. That's my waffle. And we are done, people. Done with job number 1. All right, you might think I was done this morning, but I've decided to do something else. While Grandma and I like our waffles with, you know, butter and syrup and whipped cream and jam and jelly and chocolate syrup and everything else that's sweet on our waffles, my husband does not. So I am going to take a bag from my Red Lobster cheddar bay biscuit mix, and I am going to go ahead and make some cheddar bay waffles, which I can pop in the toaster oven for him, pop a fried egg on the top, and he is good to go. Now, I've never done this before, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. You guys should be afraid. But the first thing I'm going to do is down here, I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to go ahead and add the seasoning packet to that. And then I'm going to add a bag of this biscuit mix. Just like that. I'm going to add an egg. One of my girls' pretty eggs. right there. And I'm not going to add the oil because I added the butter, but I am going to add a little bit of milk. Actually, I'm going to add water. So let me go get the water. Okay, you'll be able to hear my husband. He is cleaning out the dryer with the vacuum cleaner. So we're just going to let him do that. Let's look down here. This is my waffle mix, and to me, this looks pretty thick. So I am going to go ahead and add a little bit more water, and I pulled out my mixer to get a nice consistency on this. And that looks better to me. So now we're going to add, I don't know if it's a cup or is it a half a, it's a half a cup of, it says sharp cheddar, but this cheddar is what I have already grated, and so that's what we're going to use. I think it'll be really good. And he would like to try one of these this morning, so we're going to try it together with a fried egg on top. And I'm even going to have Grandma, oh no, she's going to take a nap, so she might already have laid down, I don't know. Okay, this looks like a nice waffly consistency. So let's see what that does. I'll go ahead and put one in the waffle iron, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, I am still working on the waffles, but I did get my kitchen pretty well cleaned up, and I was able to pull off some grody plastic dishes on my deck that I had been feeding the chickens in, and those are in the sink soaking. They have to be hand washed. Then I need to pour boiling water over them, and then I will put them in the dishwasher. So there we go. All right, hold on. I'll be back. Love you. That was my husband coming through, and he took a bite of this little waffle sandwich, and he loves it. Now, it feels a little hot to me, so I'm going to have to wait a second to give you a taste test. All right, I think I'll have mine open-faced. I'm going to go ahead and taste it for you. That is a 10 out of 10. That is so good. I'm going to make these up for my husband. He can toast them and eat them with fried eggs on the top. They are delicious. I'm so glad I did that. I still have about 4 or 5 more waffles to make, and then I'll be done. You guys, this is a game changer. I may never eat a waffle again with butter and syrup. This is so good. It's so yummy. You've got to do this. You don't have to have a fancy biscuit mix to do it. Take 4 tablespoons of butter, melt it, add a pinch of garlic salt, a little bit of parsley, whatever other seasonings you have. Follow your waffle directions for whatever waffle mix you have, and add 1 cup of shredded cheese. You guys are good to go. This is divine. I'm still eating it. It's so delicious. That is fantastic. And for me, just 1/4 of the waffle and 1 egg is plenty. I would not want a whole waffle or even a half a waffle. That's perfect. All right, while I have to be in the kitchen watching over my cheese waffles, I went ahead and pulled my cabbage off of the dehydrator and stuck it in a jar. And I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate the other half of my cabbage because I don't have it in my menu plan for the week. I'm also going to take the kale that I took off of the, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do, but I think it'll be okay. There we go. That I took off the dehydrator last week, and go ahead and grind that up with the kale that I have this week. So let me do that really quick, get that off my plate. And And like I said, I like to grind my kale up. I throw it in smoothies, I throw it in soup, I throw it in everything. And that's how I like to get those greens in. Now, I love fresh kale. I like cooked kale. I love kale. But this seems to be the easiest way for me to incorporate it in a way that my family will eat. I'm making a mess here. What's new? Okay, let's go ahead and get that browned down. Okay, that looks good. And I will go ahead and get it in this jar. Okay, this is what we got done. Here is a day or two ago's kale and today's kale. That's a lot. But I also still have a pint on my dried shelves. So we have a lot of kale. We're going to use it. Okay. Here are my regular waffles, all cooled off and ready to go into the freezer. And here are my Red Lobster Bay biscuits right here, ready to go into the freezer as well. So I am very happy that that got done. That just makes me feel super productive. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I have I think 1 or 2 loads of laundry to fold. I can see it over there. My husband did the laundry, washed, dried, and folded his clothes, but my clothes are there. So I need to fold them. Sometimes, most of the time he folds my clothes, but he got busy repairing a dryer. So I will take care of that. And then I'll think about what else I want to do today. We'll see.